I have reason to believe that humans might be, on average, better than the point system suggests they are.
Counterpoint, humans are terrible. Limp Bizkit, slavery, the prosecution rests.
Gotta say, that's a solid rebuttal.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What is happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019, and this is episode number 454 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Earth is a mess, y'all.
Kelly Harris.
George Perez is a freak.
And conspicuous by his absence, one Gus Maniac, Jose Guzman. He's traveling for business, out there making that money. So, you know.
California.
California?
Yep.
Oh, the Red Hot Chili Peppers like those.
I have reason to believe that humans might be...
I had repeat on my iTunes, so it was like, all right, let's do this again.
So, yeah.
Wing ding ding a dong, California.
Man, you know, we let off with a clip from this week's Good Place, which was amazing. But I remember that first season of Good Place, they were talking about things that get you into the bad place, and one of them was paying money to see California funk band the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, that's not fair. And then they're just this week they're like, Limp Bizkit is as bad as slavery, and it's like, God, that's so bad. That's so mean.
It's such a good show.
It is
such a good show.
Really is.
Such a good show. So yeah, fuck it, let's just go, man. I got stories to tell, got things to do, things happened.
Yeah.
Went out, had a fairly impromptu date with my lady over the weekend. My mom called up and in a very uncharacteristic mood was like, "Hey, can I watch the kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So, made that happen. Always say yes to that. We didn't really have any plans and know what to do. So we, Nicole was looking hit the Zany's website and said, "Oh shit, fucking Kyle Kinane is going to be at Zany's in Nashville. Let's do that." And I'm like, "That's a fucking great idea. Let's go see Kyle Kinane."
Nice.
So bought some Kyle Kinane tickets. But before we did that, went to dinner. The lady was like, "All right, what are you going to do?" She said, "I don't care where we go." She's a fucking liar. She's a fucking liar. Because I then proceeded to spend the next 15 minutes in the car, mind you. We're driving towards at this point, unknown destination, just rattling off shit. No. Motherfucker, you said you didn't care. When clearly you care at least a little bit. I fucking hate that game. But then, like, you know, if the conversation of what we're going to have for dinner comes up, and I say something like to the effect of, "I don't feel like playing the game, so just tell me what you want and we'll go there," I'm an asshole. Not sure how that worked out.
I like to make it a multiple choice thing, not just anywhere in the world. Give 2 or 3 options, and then we choose from that. And then if she can't pull the trigger, then I'm just like, fuck it, Taco Bell it is.
I had some friends who would put a handful of options on paper and like put them in a hat, draw it, and that's where you fucking go. And I'm like, that is a genius move. Like, I love that so much.
Did you suggest Nashville hot chicken?
You know what? We did actually.
What? That's awesome.
That is a thing I suggested. And she was like, no. Like, want to go somewhere we can sit down? I go, okay, well, they got fucking chairs. Like, what? I don't understand, but okay.
So where'd you end up?
We ended up going to the goddamn Cheesecake Factory.
Ah, yes.
I was gonna guess Olive Garden. I feel like I was close.
Nicole
You were
does.
very close because Nicole fucking loves Olive Garden, and I hate it so much.
See, I'm with Nicole. Like, Olive Garden gets a bad rap as being like real bogus Italian, like commercialized food. But man, every time I go to Olive Garden, it's pretty good, and I leave happy.
I have a real 50-50 relationship with Olive Garden.
Yeah,
because like half the time I'm there and I enjoy it. The other half I'm sitting there thinking, man, I'm better than this.
But then, like, I had an interaction with Kerouac once where he was dogging on Nicole for like an Olive Garden. And I was like, Kerouac, you live in fucking Indianapolis. What authentic Italian food are you getting in Indiana? Go to Olive Garden.
Indianapolis is the Olive Garden of places.
In here, we're family. So come on. It's just fucking unremarkable. And like, I can't get on board with paying, $12 for a spaghetti entree when I can feed 17 people with $12 worth of spaghetti in real life. Like, I don't understand. I know like all food has a markup at a restaurant, but nothing like fucking pasta. It just drives me crazy. It pisses me off. We didn't go there. Now, Cheesecake Factory brings with it another set of problems. Mainly the fact that motherfuckers that go to Cheesecake Factory act like it's the only restaurant in the world. So there's like, on a Friday or Saturday night in particular, there's a cartoonishly long wait for the Cheesecake Factory.
People are trying to go to Cheesecake Factory and get laid.
Yeah, exactly. Which, respect. I get it. I game recognized game. I appreciate that. That's fine. We've all been there.
You fuck if you go to the Cheesecake Factory?
Like, I don't want to say it's pretty much a given, but...
Really? Would not have guessed.
I don't want to say anyone is... I don't want to say it's mandatory, but pretty likely.
Like,
honestly, would not have guessed that.
Outlook good. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But we roll up, and they're like, okay, cool, no problem. It'll be an hour and 5-minute wait.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like...
Jesus.
No. Like, look, the only thing I'm waiting an hour for in this life is, like, the next hour. Like, nothing else. It's not going to happen. But they've also got a bar at that Cheesecake Factory that has open seating. It's like a fucking seat opens up and you fucking hop in there, right? And now it's not an unusual thing. Like, places have this.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Chili's has that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm a fucking civilized human being. So we'd say, okay, cool. We got this little buzzer. Bear in mind, we also are on a bit of a time crunch. We got places we got to be. The show starts, when it starts. So, all right, let's just hang out. If we don't get a table at the bar soon, we can fucking bail. Let's just kind of hang out. So, like civilized humans, you stand like at the entry of the bar. And when a spot opens up, you mosey over, you fucking have a seat.
Yeah.
That's how human beings are supposed to operate in polite society.
Yeah, and there's a pecking order. Whoever got here first, and we all kind of acknowledge who was here first and who gets the next table.
These fucking savages, y'all. These fucking savages. We're like, we saw first with like one family, this fucking family that had like 2 kids with them. They walked into the bar and just stood behind like a couple that was eating their dinner.
What?
They just stood there waiting for them to move eventually.
Just giving him the stink eye the entire time. Kids
And I'm like,
crying.
wait, get the fuck out of here. Like this is not okay. And you would think to yourself, surely that is outlier behavior. But oh no. No, that became like the fucking norm. Like, and granted, we played by the fucking rules and got in right away. This is how the shit works. But we watched the couple next to us as they were getting kind of ready to go, like the to-go bag had come out, like the leftover bag was out, so they were kind of wrapping up. And this man and his wife came over, presumably his wife, I don't know. And it's a couple, it's a four high top seat, and this bitch puts her purse in one of the empty chairs.
Oh God.
and just stands there. And I'm like, are you fucking seeing this? And Nicole's like, yeah. I go, well, for starters, you know that won't be happening to us, right? And she's like, yeah, I know. Of course not. And I go, and two, if I'm that guy, I'm about to order another drink.
Oh.
There is no fucking way I'm leaving anytime soon. If that bitch walks up and she puts her bag down at my table and I'm still fucking eating.
Yeah, no.
So, like, and again, it was all that shit, man. A couple of dudes pulled the same shit. I'm like, what? Who the fuck are you garbage people? It was lawless. Fucking, it was some scum and villainy bullshit. It was terrible. We had a fine meal. Got in, got out. Walked out into the blistering cold, waiting outside Zany's for exactly the right amount of time. Got in, saw the show. Great show. Kalkanen killed it. Lots of all new material, prepping for the next hour. It was all great.
Nice.
But Zany's has got a 2-item minimum. You got to buy shit once you get in there.
Per head or per
yes,
table? Okay.
per head. And
How
like,
do you enforce something like that?
that's the thing. I always wonder about like the legality of that. Like, I don't understand because like it's not like the tickets for free. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I wonder if like by the end of the night, if you haven't gotten your 2 things, they'll charge you for like the minimum.
I don't know. But regardless, Nicole was getting crunk, so wasn't a problem. We got drinks. But now, I haven't really mentioned it on the show recently, but like I don't drink. Like I'm not a boozer. I don't drink. Like it's not a thing that I do.
It's true.
So
Just heroin.
yes, hardcore
All the time.
heroin cut with only the purest goes into these fucking veins.
Shoot it in my veins.
Well, you know, I'll take a couple Diet Cokes, but I don't give a shit. It's fine. But I'm like, no, fine. I'm gonna peruse. They have a little section of non-alcoholic cocktail drinks or whatever, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll have one of these. See, it's a dreamsicle. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, whatever. All right, I guess I'll have a dreamsicle. The waitress comes over, takes Nicole's order, and I think Nicole orders something called Yo Mama juice. Which, here's the thing. You laugh because of the two, that is the more ridiculous name. Dreamsicle versus Yo Mama juice.
But I
right?
can imagine Nicole ordering a Yo Mama juice and not knowing what's in it whatsoever. Like, she saw the name and she's like, I'll have 3.
That's not too far off the mark. She orders her Yo Mama juice, and she looks at me, and I said, I'll have a dreamsicle. And this chick looks at me, she goes, okay, dreamsicle. With a look in her eyes that suggested, would you like a dick-shaped straw to go with that, big boy? Like, the not even concealed contempt on her face at bringing a grown man a dreamsicle was hilarious and insulting at the same time. So
See, that's when you have to pull the, it's my sober anniversary.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I killed a kid.
Hit rock bottom.
I hit a kid. It was bad times. You know what? Yeah, bring me my fucking cream and orange juice, lady.
But you know what? Maybe I'm starting to feel like I want some Yo Mama juice.
Yeah. 4 Yo Mama juices, thank you. Make them doubles.
Can I ask, is your son out tonight?
Oh, God.
So yeah, it was great. It was a really good time. Had a fucking blast. It was awesome. The next day we had some time before we had to get the kids, so we started watching The Punisher on Netflix. It is real good. The first episode has some just killer choreography with some of the fight scenes. Man, it's fucking great. Really, really good.
I haven't watched any of Punisher.
And canceled.
But remember what I was saying about Bullseye being too attractive?
Yes.
This definitely carries over to Jigsaw.
Well, Jigsaw, it was super attractive to begin with. They did not make him Punisher Warzone Jigsaw, of course.
And that's what Jigsaw should be.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that. Like, they scar him up a little bit, but he's still like Like that guy's still getting laid.
He's fucking
you
beautiful.
You should never want to fuck Jigsaw.
Yeah, that guy is totally still getting laid.
Yeah,
Like,
but he's also. I feel like he's more of a psycho than Warzone Jigsaw.
Have you watched that movie now?
Yeah, at least twice.
You trying to tell me that Jigsaw isn't a psycho?
I was talking to a guy at work today about the Punisher show, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Punisher Warzone is still on Netflix. Watch that first because it's a fucking treasure.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, it's been great. And then last thing, man, I've still been playing some Red Dead Redemption, and life's been real hard since I walked into Saint Denis. It's like the first kind of big city you come to, and they really do a really good job of kind of, highlighting the claustrophobia of it all. Like you go from these wide open roads to like these tight city streets, and I think it's meant to looks a lot like New Orleans. Has that kind of French vibe to it. And the first day I'm playing in Saint Denis, I get fucking robbed, and they steal $300 from me.
Oh man, you got.
I ended up and they dumped me in a fucking cemetery, so I couldn't even get my revenge.
Jeez.
Which I've had some shit happen before, but I can always get them back, and they're gone.
You're lucky you didn't get buried alive.
I did a couple weeks ago. I rolled up on a house, and this guy's like, "Come on inside," and him and his wife, who I think was probably also his sister, drugged me, and I woke up in a mass grave. But I was very much near the house, so I walked back to the house in the rain. It was very, very atmospheric, and I kicked open the door with a shotgun. I fucking blew the dude away. Then I hogtied the woman, stole all their shit, stole my shit back, and then picked her up, put her on the back of the horse, and she's talking shit the whole time. Talking about like, yeah, I can't believe you killed him, all this and that. But then when I got back to the mass grave, because that was what I was gonna fucking do.
Go on.
I dropped her in the hole, and her tone changed immediately. She's like, "No, not here. Anything but here. Not right now." And then I stabbed her 7 times.
Oh. Wow.
Red Dead, some good shit. You can don't fuck with me. All right, I'm generally playing pretty white hat. Okay, like my honor bar is real high, but these bitches tried to kill me, so they had to go. But most tragically of all, upon my time in Saint Denis, was I inadvertently found myself in a scuffle with the law. Didn't mean to. Like,
sometimes that's what happens in Saint Denis.
Sometimes that's what happens. And the heat got real hot. I ended up trying to flee the town. Didn't work. Got cornered. And they killed my horse.
Oh, no.
Damn.
And I was fucking devastated.
Lee, you had a horsey?
I had a horsey. And it was my horse from the beginning of the game. So we'd bonded, been through some shit.
Like you knew just how to ride it?
Yeah, I named him Ball Stomper.
R.I.P. Ball Stomper.
L2, it says, feed Ball Stomper, pat Ball Stomper. And you can't get it back. The sons of bitches killed Ball Stomper.
So do you have Ball Stomper 2 now?
I have Ball Smasher.
Ooh, I like it.
Somebody's gonna get their ball smashed in old Saint Denis.
I got killed too, and I was far less concerned when Arthur died. Arthur came right back, but when he kind of spawned back, I realized Ball Stomper was dead. I said, "Whoa, wait, what?" And Nicole says, "She's like, what's wrong?" I go, "They killed Ball Stomper." She says, "What in the fuck are you talking about?" I go, "My sweet horse, my sweet boy. They killed Ball Stomper, you sons of bitches."
Sweet boy.
And she just shook her head and walked away.
My sweet boy died in Saint Denis.
Never heard a soul, old Ball Stomper.
I was more sad when Ball Stomper died than when my grandma did. You guys. It fucked me up. To be fair, I spent a lot more time with Ball Stomper these past few weeks. It was a fucking bummer. But life goes on. Now Ball Smasher rides again. So it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get there. I think may not be as good as the original, but it's gonna be okay. That's some fond memories. Me and Ball Stomper.
This one goes out to Ball Stomper.
Like dragging that psycho lady out to the mass grave. Or collecting on debts for people that loan money to the wrong people. Roll up to a house and beat the shit out of a guy in front of his wife and child.
Lee, it's Ball Stomper from beyond the grave.
What was that, Ball Stomper?
I just wanted to tell you one more time that I love you as much as apples.
I think it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be alright. Ball Smasher's gonna take care of you.
I think it's gonna be all right. Gonna be
Goodbye, Lee.
Pour
Goodbye.
bourbon out for you, Ball Stomper.
Bye.
That's what they call in the game, folks. A yes and. That's all I got, man. What's up, Nice?
Oh shit. Here we go. Where's my document? Let's see. Okay, so realized that Glass was coming out, and I remember Jose and I saw Unbreakable, together in theaters when it first came out, some 19 years ago.
No shit.
And Shyamalan had his ups and downs, definitely a lot more downs than ups, but we got to kind of interact with him at C2E2 that one year. He was there with Wayward Pines, and then we shot that Unbreakable 10th anniversary panel at New York Comic Con, and then all of a sudden they just drop Glass on us in the middle of January after spoiler alert, the ending to Split kind of revived talks of an Unbreakable sequel. So we went and first none of us had seen Split. So we got a copy of Split and we binge watched that. Me and Mary actually started from the beginning. We rewatched Unbreakable, watched Split, which was really good. I wish I had seen it like right when it came out so that, all the secrets and the twist and all that would have been a surprise. But still, a really good movie. I really dig McAvoy's performance, and
That guy's really good.
really
man.
good. And Casey, the final girl, essentially, is Anya Taylor-Joy, and she's really good. She's supposed to be Magic in that New Mutants movie that's never going to get released.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she's really
that
good.
thing.
Just really interesting face, and so Glass came out, and we hit that up, and it's so weird that 19 years have passed since Unbreakable. Split came out 3 years ago, and then it's kind of okay. Now we've got Glass. All this time waiting, and then here it is. So it felt like that when watching the movie. That it was like, could you imagine if Shyamalan's career hadn't taken the dump that it did? We could have seen Glass, 2005, 2006, 2007, who knows? But I think waiting as long as they did added to it, because it definitely added some seasoning to all the actors. Like they brought back the son from Unbreakable, who has this square-jawed head, but he still has the same face from Unbreakable. So it's it looks like a weird face swap.
Is it the same actor?
Yeah, same actor.
That's pretty cool.
And man, without wanting to spoil Split, and definitely not wanting to spoil Glass, it's a cool ending to what could possibly be a trilogy if the events of Split.
Hypothetically.
Yes, hypothetically. I don't know what to say other than that, but a lot of cool stuff in it. Bruce Willis, not necessarily trying very hard, because that's his thing, but still kind of doing great. And Sam Jackson's wild, and McAvoy does a lot of the heavy lifting, but it's good. It's really cool, and there's commentary on how superheroes and superhero movies have changed over the past 20 years. Because when Unbreakable came out, what did we have? We had the Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher Batman movies, the Christopher Reeve Superman, and then X-Men and Blade.
Blade, yeah.
Like had Spider-Man hadn't even come out yet. So it was ahead of its time, and then, 20 years later, look where we're at. There is a great line in there spoken by Sarah Paulson, who plays the doctor that's kind of overseeing all of them. And it just dogs on Comic-Con. Which is funny because we saw M. Night Shyamalan at least 2 Comic-Cons, but I still appreciate the dig a whole lot. I was cleaning my office a while back. I got the 2017 NECA Pennywise and had him up on one of my floating shelves from IKEA, and he was off balance and he took a dive, and I lost the little paper sailboat that he had as an accessory. Couldn't find it for months.
Fucking so sad.
Yeah. Couldn't find it. And I'm vacuuming the other day. I vacuum underneath, like I've got this little shelving unit with banker's boxes in it, and I'm vacuuming and I hear like a crunch. I'm like, oh, that sounds harder than just like some dust or hair or something. And I hear the thing like clacking around inside the vacuum, and I open it up and I look inside, and lo and behold, there's the little SS Georgie sailboat inside the vacuum.
That's awesome.
And then we're at Target later that night, and have you checked out the NECA section that they've got at Target now?
Yeah.
It's
it's pretty impressive.
Like-
Even ours, which we don't have like a great Target, but there it is.
They're trying, man, and apparently NECA employees stock those. Like, that's not Target. That's all merchandised by NECA people.
Huh.
And they had the 1990 Tim Curry Pennywise just sitting on the shelf, Ultimate Edition, and I begged my poor wife to buy it for me. So now I've got both Pennywises. I'm still waiting to do some unboxings of my Christmas presents, but I'll also include my new NECA Pennywise in that, and I'm super excited to open it. Man, NECA is just doing so much cool shit right now. Those Gremlins, they just came out with an Ultimate Stripe. They've got the Ultimate Gremlin with the popcorn bags and the sunglasses.
Yeah, I think that the stripe has like hair, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
And man, I am doing everything I can to get noticed by all the toy senpais on Twitter and being like, hey, we're gonna be at Toy Fair in February. Hope to see you there. I didn't get to go to the NECA booth last year because I was editing, but I'll make a point to see it this year. That was some of the coolest shit that we shot at Toy Fair, but I didn't actually get to see in person, were when they showed the prototypes for the Pennywise figures.
Yeah.
I was stoked. Super stoked. Little TV recap. Good Place is awesome. It's got one episode left, or it's basically got the season finale left, which is a bummer.
So good.
But man, they're just killing it lately. And then the 1-2 punch of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Good Place on the same night. That have you seen the most recent episode of 9-9, Lee?
I think the only one I saw so far is the premiere. So when they're at the resort,
Gotcha.
and Holt's there,
Oh, that one was
This
so good.
Next,
and so Amy does the Hollow Gennaro role play.
yes. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there is a great cold open that sets up the whole episode of the most recent episode, and it's fantastic. And then besides that, Orville going hard, man.
That show was so good.
Orville
man.
didn't need to go so hard. Like, it could be a lot more jokey than it is, but they take themselves seriously, man. Like, it's a funny show with funny takes on common, like, Star Trek tropes, but it's a legit show unto its own, where apparently Star Trek Discovery is kind of taking some leads from Orville now. I've seen like clips where they're doing like funny little like elevator scenes and shit like that. It's like, man, Orville's doing Star Trek better than Star Trek is lately. But the most amazing thing we found out about the Orville is on the episode 2 weeks ago, they kind of say goodbye to this character. And it's weird because it was like the second episode in. And it's like, why would they be getting rid of this character so soon? come to find out, Seth MacFarlane can't keep his dick to himself and was dating the cast member. Things didn't turn out so great, so she said, peace out.
Really?
The only thing that's going to ruin that show is Seth MacFarlane and his dick. And
okay,
then,
but like not in a creepy way, just like they were in a relationship and didn't work out.
Correct.
That's
Okay.
good.
But
All right,
still,
okay.
like, he's executive producer and the star and the creator. So, like, if you get into a relationship with him and it goes bad, like, sorry, you're gonna have to leave, and that stinks. So, like, maybe don't dip your paint in the company ink there.
Yeah, maybe.
Dip your pen. And then
I wonder what the hell that was about.
come to find out that Scott Grimes and Adrian Palicki are engaged. Just got engaged. Huh. Would you have ever guessed?
No, sure wouldn't.
So that's my little Orville update for the week. We finally pulled the plug on MoviePass. Like, MoviePass was doing everything in its power to actively prevent us from seeing movies. You know, they would give us certain movies that you could see on certain days, and then in the morning they would tell you the certain showtimes at the certain theaters that you could see these certain movies.
Fuck off.
But then at noon, all those showings would be gone. So, like, if you work for a living, fuck you, you're not getting any tickets during the week. And it's even harder during the weekend. And they don't care. They're not only making the service worse, but sending advertising emails and push notifications. Like, you could tell which movies have made a deal with them because they're the movies that are available all week. And I'm sorry, I don't want to see the upside. I especially don't want to see it because they gave you money, MoviePass. And we all know you're bad at it. Now, the true test is going to be if us canceling actually worked. Because nothing else has
if you're
worked.
charged for that shit, burn it to the ground.
Oh, so before the show tonight, I'm thinking my debit card expires in April. But it seems like the account would recharge itself the first week of February. So I'm almost thinking about contacting my bank and tell them I lost my bank card. So they'll cancel the card, send me a new one, and then when MoviePass tries to pull some shit and charge us for another year, oh, sorry. Sorry.
Like, it sucks that you have to assume that they try to fuck you, but they're probably trying to fuck you.
Well, because we've seen where people have been like, "Hey, I canceled. Why am I getting charged again?" Like, I'm almost positive it's going to happen. To the point where I want to go into both of our MoviePass accounts, and if I don't kill the credit card, you know, like change the number in the account by 1 digit or something. I don't know. Something to prevent them from fucking us over. In the past week, I've watched 2 different documentaries on Fire Festival, a total of 3 times, because Mary fell asleep during the Hulu one, so we had to watch that one again. Have we talked about this at all?
I feel like you might have mentioned it a little bit.
So, I originally saw a week or so ago the ad for the Netflix one. I was like, oh, man, that's cool. I'm all about that. And then Hulu was like, oh, you like that? Well, we have one coming out 5 days earlier. And also, the people who made the Netflix version were actively involved in planning Fire Festival. So, yeah, maybe you should watch ours instead. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
All right, then.
So, yeah, the Hulu one is a lot more forthcoming with some of those details. And then you look at the Netflix one, and they have all this crazy 4K behind-the-scenes footage. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. How would they get all of that footage? And you realize it's the same guys that shot it and produced it originally. Shot like their commercial. And they don't mention it at all in the Netflix version. They don't, like, they interview people that were, that are part of the story, but are also executive producers on that documentary, but they don't tell you. How shitty is that?
Huh.
But then, like, the Hulu version, they paid the dude, Billy McFarland, the main guy, they paid him $250,000, or he says they paid him $250,000 for an interview. So there's some weird shit going on both sides. But I say, if you're interested at all, watch both of them, because you get different perspectives in each one, and each one is wildly different in as far as style goes. Real interesting stuff. Like, they could keep coming out with Fire Festival documentaries for the next year, and I'd watch them.
Jesus Christ.
And then, man, I hate to bring this up because it is such a touchy subject on the internet.
Oh.
And Jose dropped it in the podcast message late last week, but we didn't really talk about it because I had already aired out my thoughts on Twitter. This Ghostbusters 3. So Jason Reitman, Ivan Reitman's son, who also directed Juno and Up in the Air and a couple other things, has a pitch for a Ghostbusters 3, not a reboot, a continuation of the first two movies, and they released a teaser for it, and full speed ahead, as far as we can tell, they're going to have everybody who is alive involved, and it's going to come out in 2020. I'm no fan of that 2016 reboot. I like all the people involved. I like all of the ingredients, but they ended up making something that resembled hot garbage.
It's just like, at its absolute best, it's okay.
Right. Like I said on Twitter, like, I don't hate it. I used hyperbole when I said I hate it, but it just kind of happened to me. But I kind of don't like that Sony is getting out of it. Like, I think they need to go stand in the corner for a few more years before they're like, hey, we're going to do Ghostbusters 3, everybody. Because you know what? You could have done Ghostbusters 3 when Harold Ramis was still alive, but no. So, I'm a little...
But it wouldn't be the same movie, because now we're going to get the fallout from Bill Murray killing Harold Ramis.
Exactly. Like...
Drowned him in a bathtub.
It might be good. It'll probably be good. I had no idea that Sony forced Ivan Reitman out of the reboot. Like, they didn't want him to have any involvement whatsoever.
That was a great idea.
There's a lot of crap that went on behind the scenes at Sony on that reboot that I feel like there needs to be more of a penance. You don't get to come back so quick with a Ghostbusters 3. Like, I almost think you should be forced to make a Ghostbusters 2 reboot with the cast that you had, but suffice it to say that's not going to happen. And then
you made your bed, now fucking
exactly.
lay in it.
And then I don't know how much we wanted to talk about this. We talked about it a little bit as a possible future top 6, but the Academy Awards nominations came out today, and Black Panther nominated for Best Picture, and all of us are kind of like,
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I said on Twitter, I think that shitty CGI Rhino takes it out of contention.
oh, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
Shitty CGI
like
Rhino,
costume
and
design?
then
You betcha.
yeah,
Costume design, you betcha. Production design, fuck yeah.
cultural relevance.
100%. But yeah, it's also one of those weird things. I don't really know how that shit works, because it's like, okay, we're gonna nominate you for 7 awards, meaning that we think that you were the best shit at 7 categories, but not best director.
Right.
Like, how do they suck the movie's dick so hard, and Ryan Coogler doesn't get a best director nod?
Well, I wouldn't say it was very impressive from a direction standpoint.
Best director, are
But
there
the
only
director
5?
puts all that shit together.
Best director, there's
Yeah.
only 5 nominees, right?
But like, They put like the director makes all that shit work together. That's the whole fucking job of the director. So like,
Yeah, I used to think that it was kind of customary for the director of all of the Best Picture nominations to also be nominated for Best Director. Like, I feel like it was only in recent years where they kind of went away from that. Like, it wasn't
maybe I'm
part
wrong,
of the rules.
but it feels like that seems like a weird place to draw the line.
Well, my theory is,
I feel like for big movies like this, I think producers handle a lot more.
You may be right about that.
well, and remember, they were talking about including a popular movie category way back when, and then everybody was like, "Oh, that's fucking stupid." So maybe they were like, "Okay, well, let's just throw Black Panther in for Best Picture since nobody wanted that most popular category, and they can nominate 10 movies for Best Picture, but I believe director there's only 5 spots, so that would make sense as to why maybe Coogler got snubbed.
Honestly, I still would have put Spider-Verse way ahead of Black Panther.
Spider-Verse is something else. Like, it might be one of those cases where 15, 20 years from now, we look back at Spider-Verse as this revolutionary thing that kind of changed movies, but
I think we will.
Didn't get the recognition from the Academy when they could have. Kind of,
No, because I think that movie's going to birth an entire new generation of animators.
Yeah, the Academy misses the boat on a lot of shit. Like, what did they give Scorsese Best Director for? Was it The Aviator? When they could have given it to him for Goodfellas, or like they gave Best Actor to Leo for The Revenant when he probably should have gotten it for Wolf of Wall Street, or before that. They're usually pretty bad about missing the boat. People really give them crap for giving Crash Best Film the year Crash came out. I liked Crash a lot. But it might be colored by the fact that we got to see that as part of film school. We got to see it on like the Universal backlot in a little private screening theater. It was pretty dope.
Crash is
dope.
That's cool.
I like Crash.
Yeah, but the
You're not thinking of the Crash where people fuck each other's wounds, are you?
No.
The
That's a
mainstream
different movie.
opinion of Crash has soured since it won Best Picture. It's like, I can't fucking think of what that award is. So yeah, that's about it for me.
Right on. Fucking tell us a story, Kelly. How's life?
You guys, I met an old friend again yesterday.
Who's that?
Oh man.
Fired up. Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise for
nice.
the first time in a while.
Oh.
Downloaded like some update stuff. So I leave my little hideout thing, go talk to this kid who usually when you like download new stuff, he'll give you like, hey, here's this new gift pack you got, and I'm like, okay, cool. But so I talked to him and he goes, hey, you should go back in your house. Someone stopped by to say hi. I'm like, all right. Walk back in my house. You know who's sitting on a table just waiting for me?
Who's that?
Ha!
My favorite property manager. Nugget. Nugget came by to say hello.
Now that's from a different. Now is it?
That's from Yakuza 0.
Is it because you have that game that save data?
I don't know.
Holy shit, Nugget is crossing games to find you?
I was very excited to see Nugget yesterday.
Nugget's like, Kelly, shit has gone bad over in Yakuza. We got to go.
Kelly, what happened?
We got
we are
squatters.
in post-apocalyptic world now. So that was cool. And then also, like,
great.
I was running around and I ran into another character from Yakuza today. So I was like, what the fuck?
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, they did some sort of update recently where they're like, let's just dump a bunch of Yakuza shit in this game.
If you like Fist of the North Star, you might like Yakuza.
Well, I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
It's just Fist of the North Star is just a Yakuza game reskinned to be Fist of the North Star. I still love that you can change your character skin and just play it as Kiryu from Yakuza. Because it is the same voice actor. Because like there is an English option, but once I learned that the voice of Kiryu is the voice of Kenshiro, I was like, oh fuck, yeah, no, I'm Japanese language track all the way. So yeah, I've been playing that. I finally on Sunday, I believe it was, beat the main story mode for Smash Brothers. 36 hours for that.
That's kind of great. I'm still
Yeah.
chugging away, fighting a bunch of motherfuckers on a train right now.
Nice. Okay.
What is there something in Red Dead about like Ku Klux Klan Draculas or something?
I haven't seen any. I know there are clansmen. I haven't seen them yet. I haven't seen a Dracula. I did kill I did fight a vampire last night.
Oh shit!
Ah.
Like, I was walking around, and some of the townspeople were like, somebody walking around in Saint Denis again. They were like, oh, "Did you hear? They found another body with 2 holes punctured in its neck." And I'm like, "Wait, hold the fucking phone. Is there
That's
a
a
vampire
Dracula.
in this fucking city?" And so I looked it up, and sure as shit, there is.
You got true-blooded.
Yep.
And like it's one of those things that they do in these Rockstar games that like it's impossible. Like, I don't guide online much, right? Like I don't look online for shit for much. But in order to trigger the vampire encounter, you have to find 5 of these like graffiti things scrawled into the city all over St. Like it'd be impossible to find them without it. Like I don't know how the fuck they expect anybody to do it. But you find them all, and then he kind of figures out based upon the clues where the thing's going to be next. And sure as shit, you go and find he's sucking on some blood, and then you shoot him in the fucking face and steal this cool ass knife.
It's wild, man.
Good.
And apparently, there's also a werewolf. I have not seen him yet, but apparently there is a werewolf.
There's also, I saw when the game like first came out on IGN's YouTube, that there is a like scientist trying to make weird Frankenstein monsters you can find.
That's cool. It's a hell of a game, man. It's very very immersive. I dig it. It's a fun game. But like I can definitely see where it can take over your life if you let it. Speaking of, we're 1 week out, gentlemen.
Oh
Fucking
no!
Kingdom Hearts 3 next week.
Oh Jesus!
It's been a hot minute. I'm very excited about it.
So you're not gonna do the whole playthrough all of them?
I actually did that not too long ago. I finished one of those.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like because it's been so long and I hadn't even played some of the kind of like obscure ones like the Dream Drop Distance or whatever. I
Yeah.
have those PS3 collections. Just finished those up the other day, or a couple months ago now, I guess. But like that's important. Like you need to do that. Like I can't imagine just reading one of those like here's everything you need to know to catch you up. Like no, that's impossible. Like that's not going to be enough at all. Like I talked to Mary a little bit on Twitter, and she's like, "This sounds kind of nuts." I'm like, "No, it's great, but you can't read that and then play Kingdom Hearts 3. I can't imagine anything in the world like less accessible than just trying to start with that. Like it's like somebody at work talked about walking into Infinity War and be like, I didn't know what was going on in that Avengers movie. You go, well, no, you sure didn't. You sure didn't.
I remember when I was a kid, I was debating what video game system I wanted between a GameCube and a PS2. And it's like, all right, PS2 has this Kingdom Hearts game. It looks pretty cool. But GameCube has this Godzilla fighting game. Let me tell you something. I bought a GameCube. And that Godzilla fighting game was pretty rad.
I respect that.
Because I remember also a big part of it was I was like, well, the PS2 is a DVD player. And my dad was just like, we can just buy a DVD player. I was like, really? Aren't those like $1 billion?
Remember the first when I got my PS2, my stepdad bought it for me for Christmas, and it had GTA Vice City and the first Dragon Ball Budokai game.
Nice.
Which is a solid introduction. Not bad.
Yeah. Speaking of Dragon Ball, this past Thursday I saw the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
That was a very good time.
I saw that shit on IMAX. It was kind of awesome.
Nice. I bet the scene where they broke the universe and started fighting in the bleed looked really cool.
Yeah.
And it was like number 3 or number 4 at the box office this weekend.
This shit was packed when I went. It was kind of nuts.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that movie ruled. I really liked how it was kind of just Toriyama being like, all right, all these things from the movies are now canon.
And it was and I was talking to a friend of mine about this. Like, it's super accessible.
Yes, very much so.
Like the very beginning of it's like this little prologue that kind of sets the stage for kind of the rules of the Saiyan world. Like, if you don't know what it is, and if you do know what it is, it's some shit you haven't seen before. So it's
I love
fresh.
all that old Saiyan shit. I really want them to do more stuff on the Saiyan world.
It was really cool, man. And the only thing about the movie that I'll say was kind of a bummer was that it's really visually inconsistent.
Yes.
Like, in some moments, like the fight scenes in particular, like it's breathtaking to look at. Like, it's just absolutely stunningly gorgeous. But then some of the sitting around stuff, like, it looks like maybe kind of on par with like Dragon Ball Z, and that animation is 20 some odd years old.
There's other parts of the fight scenes where like it kind of looked like they just made it using the Dragon Ball Fighters engine.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very inconsistent, but man, when it's on, it's fucking on. Like, it looks amazing when it looks good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, overall, really fun time at the movies. Yeah, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, I recommend it. Though I will say, they did drop one of my favorite dumb things from Dragon Ball stuff in that movie. I didn't like that now Broly isn't mad at Goku anymore because Goku was always crying by him when he was a baby.
What?
That's one of my favorite dumb justifications from the original Broly movie. That's why Broly hates Goku so much, is because they were in the same pods next to each other.
Yeah.
And Goku just always cried when he was a baby. Like,
That's
all
hilarious.
the time. And Broly just held that resentment for all these years and still hated Goku because of that.
That's retarded.
Yeah, I love it. I loved it so much.
It's pretty great. But it's a good time, man. Like, and I wouldn't say this about many of those movies in particular, but like, I would recommend this to someone who doesn't know shit about Dragon Ball. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, it's just a cool movie. I really hope for the next one they do Cooler, because I love Cooler.
And
Yeah,
hopefully
they can make it work.
And hopefully in the next one they change some of their voice cast.
At least one of them.
You can change Broly pretty easily, because that dude barely talked.
Yeah, just screamed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
no
he just straight up called Goku a dumbass at the beginning of the movie. That was kind of great.
Yeah.
Because, boy, what a dumbass. Big dumb dummy.
Big dumb brain damaged idiot.
All right, so we got some voicemail, right?
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And email.
Mail.
Oh, Stimpy.
Yeah, if you want to send us a voicemail, pick up your fucking phone and call 616-951-1POP, and we'll read them on the air. Or you email us an MP3 attachment to popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Just as good.
That's actually what I've got here right now. We've also got Zero sent in 2 emails. One is his top 6, and another one he sent in.
Is this MP3, right?
Oh, it's an MP3?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, fuck.
I don't have that.
I thought you knew that.
No, he messaged me and he said that there's 2 emails, but I never checked.
I will forward it to you now.
Okay, well, forward that to me, and we'll play this other voicemail that we received today. I don't know who it's from, but it says from the area code is from Parts Unknown. So let's see.
Parts Unknown.
I was born from privilege, and I acknowledge that privilege, and that privilege allows me the agency to attack the injustice poisoning this universe and keep coming. Not to ask, but to receive consent. Not to want, but just to end toxic masculinity. I am the alpha. I am the beta. I am the ultimate social justice warrior. On this day, the day we celebrate the most powerful social justice warrior in the galaxy, the King, Martin Luther King Jr., the entity who had a dream. I speak to you about the living nightmare into which we have fallen. I, Woke Hogan, am the ultimate social justice warrior.
Woke
And
Hogan.
the timeline of the ultimate social justice warriors Twitter feed has been consumed with the depiction of MAGA child and indigenous warrior in a battle of the mind's eye, triggering the outrage of 1,000 microaggressions. If only the ultimate social justice warrior could transfer his or her spirit via the astral plane and become one with the cold marble of the Lincoln Memorial, you little social justice warriors would have seen the greatest victory since the year of our warrior, 2008. Do you, Woke Hogan, find yourself shackled by the beliefs of the far right? Do you, Woke Hogan, find yourself conflicted with the safe space of the liberal left? Whatever your pronouns may be, why restrict yourself to the binary of the mainstream media when you can rise above all and feel the power of the ultimate social justice warrior?
Oh, God, he's really on a tear. He's still going.
Veins. I too have a dream, little social justice warriors. We give ourselves to the universe and gorilla press slam the racism of eternity. We leave our bodies and log out of Twitter instead of doxing MAGA child. I will send the power of the ultimate social justice warrior down everyone's throat. Woke Hogan, and you will feel the injustice inside of you. Love is the most powerful weapon we have. You will shed this mortal coil of distractions and focus on the true evil cursing the solar system. Take controls, Woke Hogan, and live every day like it's MLK Day.
Oh.
Oh my God, I'm
shit.
sweaty.
Well, thank you for the nice words.
It's always nice to hear from a fan. I love it. It's great. It's great.
So here is Zero's voice.
Wait, no, fuck that. Hey, wait. We're gonna let that marinate for a second because that shit was fantastic. It was fucking ridiculous. I love that very much.
Well
a lot to
done.
unpack in that.
A lot to unpack, a little long. Keep it a little shorter next time, Ultimate Social Justice Warrior.
I every now and then he kind of verged into like Fozzie.
Yeah, I could see that. I could probably see that whoever recorded that probably did it in one take and probably sweat and drooled all over their keyboard and just probably went in and out of voices as it went. But it's, sometimes you just gotta commit.
Hey, you just gotta keep going.
You gotta fucking go for it.
Maybe after a few weeks, Ultimate Social Justice Warrior will find his voice.
Like if good sentiment, but just tone it down a notch, man. That's all I'm saying. like we're all on the same team here, but fucking bro.
Like, I appreciate the message, but maybe the messenger needs to just recalibrate a little bit.
Just chill a little bit. Like, we get it. It's great. Like, we're all friends here. Fuck that kid, man. That kid's the worst for sure. But slow your roll, man. You know what? I think maybe if the Ultimate Social Justice Warrior took up some meditation, got a little zen, maybe it'd be okay. Maybe all right. But yeah, I hope this is not the last we hear from this Ultimate Social Justice Warrior. Jesus fuck, that's great. All right, what's Zero got to say?
Zero.
That made me
population?
sweat.
It's Zero. I gotta get something off my chest. Something that might be a bit controversial. Fantasy football is a bunch of lies. You're picking real people who are real athletes playing real sports and ranking them by their real performance. That's not fantasy, it's just a lot of real bullshit. Now, you want fantasy? I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, and population members of all pronouns, welcome to Season 3 of actual Fantasy League Sports. That's right, we're back and bigger than ever. It's not just Marvel vs. DC, it's Disney vs. Warner Brothers. It's not just one sport, it's the fucking Olympics. As always, full rules and signups are available at zinc.org/sports. That's atzinc.org/sports. Drop a package like that, fantasy football.
Oh man.
Oh.
Just when we get out of regular fantasy football, here comes actual fantasy sports coming back.
Yep.
Love it.
Oh, I was already there because Zero doesn't fuck around. Okay. All right. So I'm at the website now at zinc.org/sports. Disney versus Warner Brothers. That's right, everyone. You want Bugs Bunny? Draft him. Boba Fett? He's here. You want Cinderella and Wolverine on the same team? Do it. That said, if you think it's necessary, be sure to clarify which version of a character you're using. MCU Thanos is pretty different than 616 Thanos. At the same time, Darth Vader is kind of Darth Vader. You don't need to specify which one you're talking about. Use your judgment here.
It's a little Orphan Annie.
To be clear, you can't mix Marvel and Warner Brothers. He says how it works. This season is pretty different. As usual, we start out with 1 week of team drafting. You pick 3 characters from Disney or Warner Brothers and enter them below. However, you won't know what the first game is until next week's podcast when drafting is closed. The podcast host will go through everyone participating and award medals to the 3 who do the best. A gold medal is worth 3 points, silver 2 points, and bronze 1 point. At the end of the season, the highest scoring Disney and Warner Brothers teams will go to the final game, and the winner of which wins the season. Each week is a different game announced at the end of the segment on the podcast. Once the game is announced, you can log into the site and choose which of your characters will participate in that game. Anyone can join and play, but unlike past seasons, you can only have one team because there are no brackets this season. That means everyone gets to play each week, lessening the need for multiple teams per person. As you've chosen which characters will participate that week, you can contact the podcast with your reasonings and arguments as to why you think your team would win and or why the others would lose. And then email to podcast@PanelsOnPages.com or leave a voicemail, 616-951-1POP.
Like it.
Dig it.
This is cool. This is real cool.
All right. Then it says if you, about logging in and participating, while your team will have 3 characters as usual, many of the team games are solo or duo events, and you'll have to choose which of your characters will participate.
Ooh.
To facilitate this, I've created the coach's room. There'll be a link at the front page to it. When you initially draft your team, you'll be assigned a password. Use that to log into the coach's room and choose who participates. You're a fucking magnificent nerd, Zero. I love it. The character selection locks Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. So you'll have 3 days to decide which characters you want to send into the upcoming game and 4 days to write up your reasonings. There's a big catch to this, though. Once you have sent a character to participate in a game, you can't send them in again until everyone else in your team has participated. Think of them as being tapped. For example, so you have Batman, Superman, and Flash on your team. You send Superman in to complete a solo race. Only afterward you find out the next week's game is a flying competition.
Oh.
You can't send Superman in until your other characters have participated in the game.
Oh man.
Choose wisely who you select each week. If you do not select a character before the selection locks, you do not participate in that game. Also, as a note, the events are laid out in such a way that you'll always have enough people to participate, so don't worry about that. To be clear, Coach's Room is not available until next week after the draft is over. So, and on that note, potentially could have a lot of participation every week, depending on the number of drafted teams. Let's keep those reasonings minimal. We need a little bit, but I don't need 7 paragraphs about why the Flash will win a race.
Good. I like that. Better.
Yeah, I don't need a fucking dissertation about why Superman's good at powerlifting. I get it. You want Superman on your powerlifting event.
Unless you're going to be on the show live, and then on the show live, like it's a discussion. But if we got to read it, keep it brief. And then
cool.
and then we can battle it out for you if need be.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I want full participation.
Sure,
it's gonna be a lot of fun. But, I don't want to spend 45 minutes doing this every week. All right. The rules. These are friendly games, no violence, let alone murder. Likewise, normal, peaceful characters wouldn't be in for blood. All regular Olympic rules apply, so no tripping of the contestants, or unsportsmanlike conduct. All events are co-ed, even if they aren't in the Olympics. Characters can use their powers, as long as they don't break the rules of the game while doing so. Characters have their items on them, blah, blah, blah. The exceptions to the rules are time travel and alternate reality. All right, okay, fair enough. To elaborate, the Flash cannot win a swimming race by running on water. It's swimming, you have to swim. Nightcrawler cannot teleport the 10K race. It's a fucking foot race. Superman can't fly with a high jump, but he could use his leg strength to jump really fucking high. If Charles Xavier were doing equestrian dressage, he'd still have to get on that horse and make it dance. But he could use telepathy to do it.
Yes, my horse.
None of those
dance.
None of those are actual events this season.
Dance, ball stomper, dance.
I got my team in, guys.
You already put it in?
Oh yeah, it's in the top left-handed corner.
Where's the fucking link? What's the link?
I'm not even done reading the rules, motherfucker. Characters must be currently under their respective publisher. You King's Optimus Prime, because Marvel doesn't publish Transformers comics anymore. Fair enough. A character can only be drafted to one team, so when someone picks them, you can't. However, you can still pick a different version of the character. Example, if Wolverine is drafted, you can pick Old Man Logan. For the sake of keeping things interesting, you can only have one character type per team, so Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen can't be on the same team. The Easy Speedsters, Thorn Beta Ray Bill, etc. can't do that. Your team will get extra consideration if they have an established history. The referees include Uatu and the rest of the Watchers, Dr. Manhattan, and Metron. These three may not be drafted. Additionally, all Olympic officials are watching us too. Yes, all of them. All right. And he has a full list of schedules here. Pretty fucking rad. It's a good time. So, yeah. Please do take a minute. Go to @zinc.org/sports. We'll put a link in the description for the episode, too, in case you need that. Make your selections. Make your team selections. And if you don't get a chance to get in, we may extend this out. Because sometimes we can't upload the episode until later in the week. So if we need to extend out the draft, we totally can.
Holy shit. That is a lot to read.
It's a lot to read. A lot to take in. So,
Kelly's drafted team. Do we want to give it away?
Oh yeah, we can give it away. I want with my good pal Warner Brothers. We'll be representing the center of the earth. My team is a Batman, Bugs Bunny, and Bugs Bunny's close personal friend and teammate, Michael Jordan.
I like it. Hopefully they don't have to play baseball.
Yeah. Interesting.
Pretty good.
Oh, Jose's
this would be a lot of fun.
Jose's gonna be mad.
What
the fuck? Awesome. Why would you do this without me? Whole fucking thing sucks.
Well, better put an asterisk by this whole fucking season already.
Put a fucking asterisk by this season.
Sure.
ESPN, the global leader in sports. The whole thing's fucked.
Oh, Jose. Sure. Insane.
It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, @zinc.org/sports. We'll fucking do it up.
Nice. You need to cue up the Space Jam music for me.
This is a lot to take in, a lot to consider.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody, say whoop! There it is.
My eyes went kind of cross.
I hear the Space Jam theme on a regular basis, guys. Because at work, I put in the Jock Jams station on Pandora into our rotation. And that song plays on there a lot. Let me tell you something. The best station on Pandora, it's that Jock Jam station.
I'm going to throw this out there, man. I'm just saying, shit, does Disney still own Miramax?
There it is. Yes.
Come on!
Oh.
Wow.
The song of my people.
What were you asking? Who owns what, Lee?
Does Disney still own Miramax?
I mean, Miramax doesn't exist any longer, but they own all of those properties, I believe. Because I believe, well, it depends, because the Weinstein Company was when they kind of broke away.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, but I'm going to say anything in that Disney era counts.
I mean,
So you're taking The Bride?
Maybe. We fucking Vic Vega up in this bitch.
I don't think he'd be good at sports.
No, he wouldn't be.
One of the events is Drug Mule. Or
So your date has overdosed and
yes.
passed out. What are you going to do? I want to bring in the wolf from Pulp Fiction.
Now, where do the Fox characters fall in this?
I don't think they fall into this at all. So I guess under that logic, you can't have like movie Wolverine, but you can have comic Wolverine.
Yeah.
All right, this. I think you got a good team, Kelly, but you fucked up. You went too fast. This requires a lot more deliberation.
No, I knew my team. I got it. I knew
All right.
exactly what I was doing.
So, given that, let's move on. We got our sweet top 6 this week. It might be the last top 6 we do for a while because we're going to be doing some of this sweet actual fantasy sports for looks like through April 2nd he has a schedule.
Jesus.
I also appreciate that he just kind of laid down these rules for how we're going to spend the rest of the next little bit on our podcast because he's a fucking brilliant genius.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we love actual fantasy sports, so
Yeah.
it was good to assume that.
Yeah, we will allow it 0. So yeah,
0 says your team sounds good, Kelly.
Nice.
It does sound good.
I'm really glad that everyone's like, yeah, Michael Jordan, part of Warner Brothers.
Well, I mean, it's hard to defend against that because he was in a goddamn Looney Tunes movie.
He was. Yeah. He's
essentially like an honorary Looney Tune, Michael Jordan is.
I could have made my team Michael Jordan, Batman, and Wayne Knight.
I like the team because Michael Jordan is one of the greatest athletes of all time. Batman is a fucking crazy crime-fighting ninja. And then Bugs Bunny, his powers are infinite.
He's a wild card.
Yeah, like, he can manifest pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good, you guys. I like it. All right, so this week we did top 6 superpowers.
Yes.
The stipulation being you can't pick 6 powers. Just like if you had to pick one.
Yeah, you can't stack them.
Be?
But what are the most appealing superpowers that you would like to have? Yeah. And we've got some explanations as to why or how you would use them in your life. So that's good.
Yeah, and this is one maybe the easiest ones you'd ever done.
Yeah,
because not for nothing, put some thought into this before today. This kind of comes up a lot. I've been married a long time. Just ask Nicole. This is a fairly regular thing we talk about. And these are fucking in order. It was easy. In order. We're gonna go flight. For obvious reasons. No, fuck that. We're going to go invisibility at number 6.
Okay.
Oh, so you're a pervert.
Sometimes I just let the fuck alone.
Like, as a younger man, I probably would have picked invisibility. But in this climate, I don't know.
Nah. See, I just don't want to be fucking bothered. Like, that's most of it. Like, I want to be able to chill out, literally disappear for a little while.
You want to go to the Target and jerk off and have no one bother you.
Well, like you want to be able to
implied, Kelly.
You want to be able to shit in peace without Jax banging down the door.
Yeah, that's part of it. Just like
at the Walmart,
just phantom poop falling from nowhere, making a splash. Number 5, we're going flight, because
flight.
Who hasn't wanted to fly? The power of fucking flight, because I hate traffic. Now, problem with flight, say I fly my happy ass to the grocery store and I got to carry all that shit back. That sounds like a pain in the ass, which is why flight is below teleportation.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah.
But I mean, like, Goku-style teleportation. I need to be able to see where I'm going. That's some weak-ass Nightcrawler shit. I just hop around.
Instant transmission.
Instant transmission all fucking day long. That's the way to go. Like, no Like this in the Broly movie, the son of a bitch teleported to another planet he'd never been on before. I want that teleportation power. That's the fucking jam.
So what's the difference? I don't understand what you're saying the difference is between the two.
So like Nightcrawler has to be able to see where he's going.
Yeah, or else he'll like end up in a wall.
Sure.
It's like Nightcrawler he can teleport over there. Even if over there's really far, he has to be able to see it.
Yeah.
But like a Goku style teleportation, the instant transmission they call it, he can just kind of like, okay, I want to go where Nyes is right now. Boom, and then he pops up there.
Oh,
like,
hey, Lee.
Hey, there you go. Boom, there you go. So it's that easy, right? So that's the shit I'm talking about.
If I knew you were coming, I would have put some pants on.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm invisible now.
Yeah. Okay, now these next ones are a little more specific, and maybe I'm a supervillain.
Ooh.
The more I thought about this, I went with remote viewing for number 3. Like,
oh, so you're a pervert.
Like I don't want to read minds because that sounds exhausting. But if I could just tap into like your eyes,
oh, that's cool.
I'd be like the best poker player in the world. I'd just fucking hop in and just cheat my ass to my fortunes playing poker. It'd be great. I'm pretty good at poker. Red Dead Redemption 2 told me so, you guys. I'm just saying. And there's a lot of applications for that. You can check out, like
boobies,
alarm codes and shit like that. Fuck, I'm just saying.
Some sweet hugs.
Yeah,
also,
Lee, you're a supervillain.
I might be a supervillain. Just wait.
I mean, look at that head.
Number 2 is technomancy.
Okay.
All right. So you're a pervert.
Right. So
you're trying to fuck your iPad?
Like controlling tech and shit like that. It's like
see a lot of watch people's webcams while they kill themselves.
I want to just walk up to a fucking ATM and just pull out an infinite supply of 20s and walk away because I fucking told to give me money. It's I want to go and sit down at a fucking slot machine and have it spit nickels at me because like shit like that. These are the ones that benefit me in a really powerful way. That's why they're at the very top of the list. Like, and I'm never gonna be on a fucking security camera again, fucking ever. Like, it's not gonna happen. I'll be a walking black spot.
Like some kind of pervert.
Like some kind of pervert. And then number 1, and I think really the technomancy is probably better because there's not as much of a downside. But my go-to is like, if you could pick one superpower, what would it be? And it's always the same. It's always like Proteus level reality warping powers because Proteus can do fucking everything.
Yeah,
like, he can just oh shit, here's an unlimited supply of 20s. I just fucking pull them out of the air. I can fly and shit now because the air below me is lighter than I am. Oh shit, I'm thin all of a sudden. Look at me go.
Look at this. This tree is made of boobs.
Yeah, you ever have them boob trees? Yeah, I got them boob trees. So yeah, but that story ends somewhat tragically for Proteus, what with him going insane and mad with power. So there's always that in the back of my mind. Maybe that's what you don't do.
Yeah.
And so maybe the technomancy is number 1 after all.
Well, hey, eventually though he shows up again in Exiles, and they convince him he's Mimic.
Man.
Oh, I guess you're right. That is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Man, back in the day, whenever I'd turn on the X-Men cartoon on a Saturday morning and it was that Proteus episode, I'd be so bummed. I hated that episode. Like, anything on Muir Island, pass.
Yeah, Muir Island kind of sucks.
Hard fucking pass.
Like, maybe you might get a Juggernaut appearance in a Muir Island episode, but other than that, it's just Charles Xavier and Moira McTaggart. Proteus.
Just being super melodramatic with one another. Being whiny as fuck.
You know it's a bad episode of the X-Men cartoon when Banshee is the highlight.
That's fucking true as hell. So yeah,
come at me, Banshee fans.
This one guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy. So yeah. We got a Twitter one? We got some Twitters up there?
We got a couple off of Twitters.
What we got?
We've got Ben, a.k.a. Astronaut Mike Dexter, on Twitter. No, he's actually at Debaser77. Number 6, superhuman agility. because who would rather be clumsy? Agility's good. I like that.
I feel like a lot of work, though.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be work. It's essentially you're agile now. Like, why would that be work?
I don't know. Just like flipping the shit looks hard.
Well, I don't think he's. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Ben, but he's talking like he doesn't want to bump into shit anymore. Like, just be agile. Number 5, super speed. For any annoying tasks that he wants to finish quickly.
Also sounds exhausting.
Number 4, telepathy. I always read it weird and then pronounce it weird. How do you pronounce that? Telepathy. God damn it. Telepathy for days when talking just seems futile. Number 3, telekinesis. A potential health liability, but who among us doesn't hate getting up to get shit? Oh, man.
Telekinesis almost made the list.
Right. Number 2, flight, see above. And number 1, teleportation. Think of the gas and plane ticket savings.
Think of the savings. Solid list. What you got, Nice?
All right. Let's see. Shout out to multiplication, aka Jamie Madrox and Michael Keaton in Multiplicity.
Oh, that's solid.
But the common sense in me thinks that's just going to jack up our grocery bills like a lot. And where are all those knives supposed to sleep? For realsies.
And your poor toilet.
Right. Oh my God. We're going to need 3 poo knives. We're going to need multiple poo knives. All right. So number 6.
A poo Swiss Army knife.
There you go. Just poo Wolverine claws. Number 6, I'm going to go with super learning, like the Taskmaster, who's able to watch something and then immediately duplicate it. He catches on really well. I would like to be able to pick up a skill in a moment and then not have to deal with my stupid dog brain trying to wrap around like the task of it. Yeah, just being
that almost made my list too, but I thought don't you still kind of have to be like, okay, I can't watch like an awesome boxer and then like be an awesome boxer. I have to have some strength and like conditioning to be an awesome boxer, right? Like, his technique, but that doesn't make me an awesome boxer. I'm still like a tubby bitch.
Sure.
So I feel like the application for a tubby bitch like myself is somewhat limited.
Yeah, but like if I can just say I want to cook a meal and I watch someone cook that meal, and now I've got it. Or like, applying it to my profession if some new technique comes out.
Online and just fucking have it down.
Yeah, just got it. I got it now. I can log it away and use that skill in the future. On that same token, I'm going to go with control over technology, like Forge, because so much of what I do revolves around technology and computers. So being able to fix or communicate with or like invent technology would be great. Like we get a new piece of equipment and I just talk to it and it's like, all right, let's fucking roll. I can power this drone now with my eyelashes. Who cares?
I like it.
I start losing fan blades off of my computer. I can put my hand on it and talk to it and repair it and increase my RAM or, upgrade.
Very practical.
No, I tried to go very practical with these because, my initial reaction was, I want to fucking go in the adult women's locker room. And be invisible.
Like some kind of pervert.
Like some kind of fucking pervert. Number 4, I'm going to go with shape-shifting, either like the Mystique style shape-shifting or Mr. Fantastic, where you can change your body's density or shape or impersonate people or whatever.
Have a super long hog.
Super long hog. Or like I would be able to fit comfortably into the Seven Dwarves mine train, or, being able to reach that thing that's just out of reach, or like if a shirt's a little too tight, being able to kind of fucking, tighten up real quick, or I don't know how I would want to utilize being able to impersonate someone, but I could find a use that's not gross or perverted.
Some kind of pervert.
Yeah. Number 3, teleportation, because It would eliminate travel time and stress. Like, we got to go to Toy Fair in a couple weeks. Cool. We're in New York. We're at the hotel right now. All my bags are here. I was holding on to them, and I teleported.
Man, we wouldn't even have to get the hotel. We could just teleport back home every night.
Oh, holy shit, homie. Oh, my God. We have to go grocery shopping? Cool. We're there. We're at the grocery store. Let's get our shit, and we're home. No driving, no traffic, no stress. Love it. Number 2, time travel. I basically do it every day when I'm looking at my Facebook memories and I delete that shit. Be able to go back and fix past mistakes, slow down time if I need to. Like, I'm having trouble with a project and I can kind of just slow down the time around me so I can meet that deadline. Or, time travel also kind of connects to precognition, so being able to know what's coming in advance and preparing for it. And then my number 1, the best superpower that there is that can basically solve anything is being rich.
Ooh, I like it.
Tell me that's not a superpower, and I will point you to 70 years of Batman comics.
No, that's rock solid logic. Not mad about it at all. I like it. See, that's why, my top 3 powers could all be used to get me that extra superpower, being rich.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it. We got one more on the Twitter.
Yes.
Juggalo John writes in.
Juggalo John.
He says, number 6, animate the dead as in Dungeons & Dragons, magic, so necromancy. Thinking a worst-case scenario causing someone's victims to attack a person would be darkly justifying.
Oh, my God.
That's some real dark shit, John. Number 5, super speed. I like this one. I didn't think about this. Number 4, a symbiote.
Nice.
That'd be kind of dope.
Just crapping out heads all day.
Damn right. Number 3, telepathy. To be able to read minds would be help out in so many problems. See, but the telepathy, like, I always think about, like, you see in every comic book that has a telepath in it. Like, eventually they can't, like, stop hearing the voices. They go fucking nuts. And, like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Jean Grey just dropping to her knees.
Yeah, there's too many ways that goes south. Literally every fucking time.
And just like Daredevil with his heightened senses, like, you can't shut things off. Like, God forbid you go into someone's mind that's a little gross and you just can't get that image out of your mind. No thanks.
Yeah. Like, you would just never really sleep again if you had, like, some real ass telepathy powers.
But you know what you'd be able to do, Lee?
What's that?
Know where Nicole wants to go to eat?
You know what? I changed my answer. Number 1. That's it. All day long. All day.
It's the Cheesecake Factory.
Spoiler alert. Number 2 is being able to focus the key energy, like Dragon Ball shit. Because I want to be able to fire that Kamehameha wave.
Ha!
It'd be kind of awesome. I was talking to some guys the other day about that because Nicole was giving me shit about going to see the Dragon Ball movie like a big 10-year-old boy. And I said 2 things. 1, you fucking knew this when you married me. And 2, last night I was at the gym with a bunch of fucking badasses, and they were all super excited and jealous when I said I was going to see Dragon Ball. Everyone loves that shit, but you.
And to be fair, she went and saw that Dog's Way Home movie, so.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you fucking lost all rights.
Like, we all like trash, so.
Yeah. But I was thinking about it, that the laws of the Dragon Ball world don't make any sense. Because, like, if you told me for a second, look, hey, man, if you work out a lot and go hang out with this fucking pervert in a turtle shell, you'll learn how to fly and shoot lasers out of your hands, I would be thin in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah.
Like, come on. Like, I'm not saying I'd be up there holding the big boys, but, I can fucking take Yamcha in a fight. Like, Yamcha suck ass can fly and shoot lasers. Come on. Everyone should do it. Everyone should do it. But yeah. And then number 1, Juggalo John says a Green Lantern ring because duh. And you know what? That's a solid reasoning behind the wanting a Green Lantern ring. I like it.
See, I don't know if I would have a use for a Green Lantern ring.
Yeah, because like it's
I
all
don't know if I'm
temporary.
creative enough for that.
Like it's all temporary. Like, and I feel like it'd be very temperamental. Like, and you can't be one to reanimate the dead, John, and then also think you can fucking wield a real anime ring. All right, and those things are kind of diametrically opposed.
Maybe a Black Lantern ring. How about that?
Yeah. And then Zero did email in his list of top superpowers to popcast at PanelsOnPages.com. Number 6, super speed. Super speed wouldn't be all that great without some sort of frictionless suit, so you'd really be capped out at what speed your body could physically take. Still, beats the hell out of walking. Number 5, a perfect photographic memory. See or hear something once, you know it for life, and can instantly recall it. You become perfectly fluid in a language in just days. You'd be talking fount of knowledge. You could be the first contestant to be forcibly retired from Jeopardy after you won every game for a year. Again, make you fucking rich.
Yeah, I feel like with that Taskmaster super learning that I could pick up languages as well.
I like it. Here you go. Number 4, he says technomancy. I like it. In this day and age where technology surrounds us every moment, the ability to control it with your mind would be awesome.
Yeah.
You have access to every account on every platform ever. Take an item to the register at a store. You can tell the register it's only $1. You never need to see the red light while driving again. See? I was all like, I want a bunch of 20s. He's like, no, man, all you need is singles. That's how Zero went with it. That's a better logic than mine is. Fucking great. Number 3, teleportation. Being able to go anywhere instantaneously would be amazing. You could rob a bank so easily, just poof in, grab, poof out.
Pervert.
Number 2, psychic powers. You wouldn't even need to rob a bank. Walk into a car dealership, ask the manager there, hey, can I have that black and red Ferrari? Then drive out. The only negative would be listening to people talk when you already know what they're going to say. And then number 1 is psi metabolism. The only thing better than being a psychic who can read and manipulate would be the ability to control cells and DNA. You'd be like Mystique and Deadpool combined. The ability to alter your appearance and cause yourself to heal rapidly. You could live forever. You could cure cancer in people just by touching them and be considered a god. After rereading my list, I might be a supervillain.
Yeah,
possibly.
I found Matter Eater Lad who can eat anything, and I was like, that sounds appealing.
Like, I've always wanted to choke down a tin can. I'm just afraid of the consequences. I take it home, Kelly. What you got?
All right,
I'm
number
fucking
6.
pervert you are.
Number 6, I did technomancy because while it is very useful, a lot of weirdos have that power. And I kind of think it's the power that makes them the weirdos.
I see. Like a chicken and egg scenario.
Yeah. Like, you get guys like Douglock, people like them.
Oh, Douglock.
Yeah, no, I feel like technomancy makes people into weirdos because they get too deep into talking to the computers.
I could see that. Like Joaquin Phoenix and Her.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're fucking your iPad.
Yep. Number 5, super strength, because everyone wants to be a big, strong boy.
True.
Number 4, mastery of languages / empathy powers. So that I would go with if people would say mastery of languages isn't a power, because then the empathy powers, you could pretty much communicate through feelings with anyone. And I suppose that power would also work with animals as well.
Mastery of languages counts because Cypher, one of the worst X-Men of all time, that's his power.
That's true. Yeah, all right. Number 3, telekinesis. I mean, obviously, you just want to lift shit up without actually lifting it. That's cool. Number 2, fire generation and manipulation.
Oh,
I live in Wisconsin. Ooh. I want to fucking burn all the snow. It's snowing right now. I have to wake up early tomorrow to shovel the snow. If I could just burn it, that'd be rad as fuck.
And you could also create your own little, like, atmosphere around yourself, probably.
Yeah, I could just be warm. It'd be awesome.
Your own little heater.
Yeah.
My best superpower, I just want to be warm.
Yeah. I'm practical with my powers. And then number 1, instant transmission. I just want to go places.
I just want to blow loads wherever. Just instantly blowing nuts.
Yep, anywhere.
Yeah,
At a
instant
moment's notice.
I think teleportation / instant transmission is the winner of the night.
Yeah.
Like flying, yes, sounds great.
You got bugs in your teeth. No one ever talks about that.
But I'm gonna get sick of flying after a while. Like, let me just blink and be there.
I like it. That's fun. Solid list, everybody.
Yeah, I like the reasonings behind them.
Like none of those suck. Those are all good.
All of them, and they were, while they had similarities, all of them were different lists, except for Lee and Zero, who are definitely supervillains.
Well, just saying. Like, get rich or die trying, man. That's all I'm saying. Don't you fucking judge me, Jason Nice.
Oh shit, he busted out my first name?
No. Don't you judge me, Silent K.
Watch your fucking back, Silent K.
Oh my god.
It's awesome.
No names.
No names.
All right. All right. Let's talk comic books and get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Let's do it.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
All right. So, I read the first issue of that Black Widow comic written by the Suska sisters.
That was all right.
It's all right. Yeah, it's fine. Didn't hate it.
I don't think I'll be back for issue 2, but it was all right.
Yeah, I liked their stuff a lot, so I really wanted to like it more than I did, but it's fine. Just kind of fine. That's what it is. What else? Deadly Class is back.
Did you watch that first episode of the show?
I didn't.
It's real good.
See, here's the thing. I bet it is good, but like, there's too much fucking stuff. Too much stuff. Like,
set some time aside for the show by the Russo brothers.
Yeah, but is it just like the shit I've already seen in the comic book made real? Because if so, I've already seen that.
They're adding stuff.
Okay, all right. You have to make time for it. Like, that's the only thing that kept me from it. Is like, oh man, I'll bet this looks really good because Rick Remender is the showrunner on the damn show. Like, he's all up in them guts, which is great. I love that. But then I'm like, okay, well, if this is just the comic book and a TV show, I don't need that. I've seen it. I've read that already. So, all right, I'll check it out. But this latest issue kind of sets the stage for what's coming up next. It's not really like a recap necessarily. Just kind of,
it was kind of reestablishing things.
Yeah, and it's all just like like a peyote trip, and so it looks awesome, and the art goes in really weird places, scene to scene. Like it's really really cool. I miss those guys. I miss those guys a lot. What else? Fantastic Four #6 sucks. Did not like that shit one bit. Like,
that was weird.
Like, it's just, it completely ignores like all the development, all the character development on Doom for the past like 2 years. Like, just nope. He's just regular Dr. Doom again. Like,
yeah.
That kind of sucks. Because it's like, I mean, because I don't feel like they got back there in a way that made any kind of real sense. Like, they didn't really connect.
No, he just was kind of normal Doom again one day.
Yeah, and that's bullshit. I don't like that. And like, Galactus is just there for all of a sudden. It's just like, hey, I'm doing Fantastic Four now. It'd be cool if they fought Doctor Doom and Galactus, and so they just did it without any kind of real reason for it. And that's kind of a bummer. But the last thing we'll talk about is the best thing I read last week is The Invaders #1.
Fuck yes.
Holy shit. Like, how great is that Invaders book?
That book ruled.
We got the, two artists. You guys got Butch Geist doing all the flashback stuff that looks just fantastic. And then the other guy was Carlos Magno, it says. No, I'm not as familiar with him. But they're just taking the reins with kind of stuff that's been going on with Namor and the Avengers, and really kind of putting some context behind it and just making it make sense. And when did Namor pick up that sweet controlling the water power that we know? Or
I don't know.
Like, but that was fucking baller. He's because they've shown him in recent issues of other stuff he's in. He's trying to unite his kingdom. It's not unlike the plot of Aquaman, the movie, really, in some ways. So he rolls up on this kind of other civilization, and they're like, hey, you know what? Hey, fuck you. I don't like you and your fucking pink skin with your half-breed mom. I don't want that. And so it was like, okay, cool. Don't stab me again, you son of a bitch, or else this will happen. And he just parts the water around the whole city. And so all these fishermen are flopping around like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, that's right. So you gonna come hang out with me or what? And they're like, yeah, cool, great. Glad we had this fucking talk. And all that is kind of cut together with these flashbacks from the war and kind of like Namor's experience with, losing, friends in the war. And like, it's all really, really awesome to look at. And just, I like it, dude. I'm a sucker for a really good Namor story. And it seems like he's kind of, Zdarsky's working very much in concert with Jason Aaron to kind of make sure they're telling this really complex Namor story. And I am here for it. I think it's very cool. I liked it a whole lot. It's great.
Yeah, I love how it's kind of, hey, what if Namor isn't just a dick, but he's really like got PTSD and kind of makes him be like this?
Yeah, like what? What if he's just fucked up, man?
Yeah.
And then there's like some Xavier connection that that shit coming for a second, So I'm way in for it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. It was great, very intriguing. And then what else you got, Kelly?
Let's talk about Superman for a sec.
Okay.
So I came to the realization yesterday
that Superman's a punk bitch. Got him.
No, that the best addition to the DC universe in the Rebirth era is Hot Mom Lois Lane.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm in.
Let's talk about what happened in this issue of Superman.
See, Kelly, I knew eventually you would get into the MILF thing.
There was a scene where Superman goes to see Lois because John just showed up from his time in space.
And he's like, I haven't read it yet, but he's a big boy now. He's a grown up.
He's a big boy now. And he's like, hey, we got to go show your mom you're back. So, and Superman rolls up on Lois's apartment where she's working. And she's like sitting in a bathrobe, and she kind of opens up the robe and is like, "Oh, Clark, how are you?" At which point, Clark puts his hand over John's eyes.
That's kind of great.
Yeah, and then we've gotten decent amounts of in Batman when Clayman would just be like, "Hey, I want to draw sexy Lois Lane now."
Yeah, I feel like Lois Lane can get it.
Yeah, no, totally. Like I feel like they've definitely done a lot of work to make sexy mom Lois Lane happen, and I appreciate it.
Don't we all? I think it solid.
And let's see what else I got. Conan #2, still really good.
You're good. I'm coming around. I'll check it out. I still have it. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, it's good. Venom 10 was good. Did you read that one?
Not yet. I kind of fell behind a little, but this whole kind of weird, big like God Carnage story is rad. Like
Yeah. The Venom ends with a callback to some Marvel Universe bullshit that I'm kind of surprised hasn't been brought up in a while, and it makes sense that they're bringing it back now.
All right. I might read that tonight before bed.
And then outside of comics, last night I watched the most recent Big Japan shows, and the main event was a 344,440 thumbtack death match.
Oh, God.
It sure was a lot of thumbtacks.
Very specific.
It was, and I really enjoyed how specific it was. And if you saw the amount that was in there, you would say, you know what? I bet that is 344,440 thumbtacks. Because boy howdy, that's a lot.
Some would say too much.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is. Way too fucking much. Awesome. Anything nice?
No, I ran through all the shit that we've been watching and doing in the opening segment. So we all good.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta watch A Good Place. It's the best. It's the fucking best, man.
It's really like a joy. Even when they're saying that Limp Bizkit is as bad as Slavery It's just it brings so much light into our lives. And get on that
consistently.
Get on that new episode of 9-9 too.
Yeah.
And Orville, you don't have to go that hard, Orville.
Yeah, the last one is the one where he goes out with his lady friend, right?
Yes.
The most recent one?
Yes.
Damn. Yeah. Fucking just they do go hard. They go real hard.
Like the same episode where they said goodbye to that one character. Oh no, the episode before that. We binged like 3 in a row. Bortus has a fucking porn addiction.
Holy shit, right?
Bortus has a porn addiction, and his porn dealer is some crazy like Jim Henson Creature Shop, like Star Wars latex practical puppet with tentacles, and it's insane. They don't have to do this.
No.
They got Patrick Warburton on there as like some elephant man alien.
Yeah, he has 2 esophaguses.
Yeah.
Like we evolved so we can just pound food.
Like, as soon as the ratings start slipping on that show, I would imagine they're either going to cut back in a huge way as far as budget goes, or they're just going to shit can it because it can't be cheap to make.
No way. No, it looks great.
Amazing. Like, blown away. Just like the simple thing of like the shuttlecraft just landing on a planet. It's like, that looks like it's there. That looks real.
Yeah, at least once an episode, I'm like, I can't believe this is on TV.
Yeah.
like broadcast fucking Fox TV.
Fox.
Not HBO. Not like like a premium network. Fucking Fox.
Fox.
Which means they basically give it away for free over the air.
Insane.
Yeah. Agreed.
Despite my boycott of the WWE since Money in the Bank, the only thing that we've paid money for is we went to NXT a couple weeks ago. But I am definitely going to get the network this weekend to watch TakeOver and the Royal Rumble. I do
the
not.
Rumble's the one you gotta watch.
I love the Rumble, and they did a good job at it last year. And they got Asuka versus Becky and Ronda versus Sasha. Could be really good, but I will cancel it with a quickness. But $10, you can't beat that.
Yeah, $10 for a pay-per-view is pretty good.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan is the heel now, talking about how Vince McMahon is the 1% and a baby boomer, and he's talking about saving the earth and pollution, and he's the bad guy. That's nuts.
Yeah, I saw Kelly put some stuff up on he put a clip up, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that clip's amazing.
He's cutting a promo on Vince, and I'm like, wait, is he the bad guy?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay, all right, interesting move. Whatever you say, Vince.
You better watch out. Better watch your back, Daniel Bryan, because the ultimate social justice warrior is going to get you.
Be careful. After he takes down Woke Hogan. That delights me. So good. It's great. All right, so I guess that's it, man. We can call this thing.
Yeah.
That's a good show. That's a quality broadcast.
So are we starting? What are we starting with this actual fantasy shit? Are we starting next week or?
The draft starts now,
Okay.
and so the next week we do participation selection for the game for game 1. And so that'll be next week. So we next week we pick the contestants for our first game next week.
I think. Well, it says February 1st we pick, so that's Wednesday. No, wait. No, February 1st we pick, and that's Friday of next week, if I'm correct by looking at my calendar. So the draft
Friday.
The draft ends by the show next week.
Yes.
So we'll have all of our teams. So we can at least talk about teams.
Yeah.
So do we want to do a top 6 next week, or?
I don't think so. Let's talk about this. Let's kind of set this thing up.
Cool.
This tomorrow for next week.
Gotcha.
And then if you do need extra time, like maybe fucking your jam is Friday Popcast. I mean, that's your fucking thing. Cool. Great. Love it. Listen to it whenever you want to listen to it. I love that. Let us know. Hit us up on the Twitter, whatever. Gotta bump it out a week, and we can bump it out a week. But we'll try to get this up for the download as fast as we can this week. So, and if you want to see all the rules, sign up, log in, all that fun stuff, man. Check it out. Go to @zinc.org/sports and just fucking marvel at all the work Zero has put into this. Just fucking because. And that's kind of great. It's kind of beautiful. I love it. So yeah, join us for that next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Leave us a voicemail 616-951-1POP or email us popcast@panelsonpages.com. We'll get this fucking thing going we're going to the Olympics. My mom would be so proud. She'd be so proud. Be a good time. So yeah, 4 Jason Nyes, Kelly Harris, and Jose, but he's not really here. We'll do it anyway. I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. I'm going to talk to you kids next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
She's always bitter.